This is Larry Prime coming at you with another Walking Dead Mcfarlane Toys action figure review. We're going to be doing another character from Series 5 of the Walking Dead action figure line, and it's a character that I really like. We are going to be looking at Tyreese. Look at him. It's Tyreese. He's the man. He's the man. There's no other. I mean, well, Daryl, but he was the man in the comics. At least he was like the guy. Rick's like go-to, like second, well, kind of second command. I don't know. This figure has a lot of very nice detail on him. You said that about the other figures. Yeah, I know. It's true. They all do. They're all very nice. Yeah, I'll get into the legs. The legs are... oh god. I love this figure, but I also hate it because of the legs. Other than that, I really like this figure, and you should too. Actually, don't, because... well, I mean, if you find a figure that... if you find one that doesn't have screwed up legs, then I tip my hat to you. Because that figure should be mine. And this should be yours. Very nice figure. I love it! Alright, so we might as well go into accessories. Where's the gun? Oh, okay. Let's look at his shotgun. Actually, you're distracting, Tyreese. Get out of here. No one likes you. It's kind of just like a plain black, but there is some like gunmetal gray. I see a little bit of brown around the around this area, but it's not too noticeable. It's all just plain black and silver. Here's the shotgun that actually comes with Michonne's pet walker. And they're actually very different. Like, first of all, this one has more like brown detail, and I don't think you can see this one is more brown detail in that one. This one has like a scoping thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a gun expert. They are radically different. Surprisingly, I didn't even know that. This one is kind of better detailed, I guess. I don't know. It's a nice shotgun. It's suitable for Tyreese. He used it like one episode though. Now let's see his most famous accessory. The most famous accessory of all Walking Dead figures. His hammer. What would have made it better though if it was covered more in blood? To make it look like he's been like hammering hammering a lot of zombies. It would have looked more better covered in blood instead of just being all gray and all black here, but that's what the hammer looked like in the show, so it could look however it wants, and I wouldn't mind. Be it covered in blood or not, I'm just saying, it would have been awesome if it was. Another accessory that he comes with is a gun silencer, which if you see my view of Carl Grimes, you know that like this was only packaged with Tyreese, so that collectors would give this gun to Carl, pretty much. Because Carl couldn't come with a gun because the FCC was like, no guns for kids. They're just gonna die in the zombie apocalypse. That's the realism. That's reality. I don't know why they didn't include a gun with Carl. But it's smart that Mcfarlane actually thought of like packaging this with another character so that we can give it to him. I like it. And now I have a gun to display with Carl. I feel like people only bought Tyreese just so they can have this gun. Like, Tyreese never used a silencer in the show. Not that I know of. People, like, got the figure just so they can give this gun to Carl. I don't see that as a reason to just get Tyreese just so you can have the gun. I feel like you should just get the set just so you can have Tyreese in your collection. You can see how bad this is, right? Can you feel my pain? Let's get him to hold his accessories. And we'll start off with the hammer. As you can see, he looks very awesome holding this. Oh my god. You could get a lot of good poses out of him, but a lot of what really hinders him from doing anything worthwhile is the legs, and I know I've been hyping that up, but we will get into those. That looks great. Like, I could just have Tyreese like this. This is awesome. I love it. I love it! A lot of people have the misconception, before when they started this, that, like, they tried putting the hammer like this way for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, it could work, but like you can actually just slip it through fairly easy on the double hole through the handle. It rests there like really nicely, and it looks cool. Like, oh, it's beautiful. Let's get him holding a shotgun, and this is like, he's like, it's still the problem with Mcfarlane, like the action figures. They can't hold their guns with 2 hands, and so far he can't even hold his gun. Okay, he doesn't have hands with trigger fingers, so he can't properly hold the shotgun. Holy shit! Can he actually hold it? Wait a minute. Holy fuck! We can actually get him to hold it. An actual figure that can hold a goddamn weapon with both hands. Look at that. Yeah, you can actually get Tyreese to kind of hold his shotgun. I mean, like, you can't hold it, like, obviously you can't have it, like, proper, so I guess that's where the figure kind of falls, but you could have it displayed kind of like this, so, I mean, he could still kind of kill from that angle, can't he? He'll have more control of the recoil when he shoots, so he'll be like, no, you're not gonna push me back, girl. I promise you I'm not racist. For shits and giggles, we'll have him hold the silencer. Looks pretty cool. I like the angles you can get when a character holds like a silencer. You can have like, what's going on? What's this? Zombies? It's awesome. I'm an idiot. Let's get into articulation. His head can rotate 360 degrees beautifully, not as if it's gonna pop off or anything, hopefully. Okay, good. His arms can rotate 360 degrees. He could go forward like that. Then at the elbow, like so. Sort of, kind of like that. He could turn all the way, of course, but I just don't want him to. Because that's not human. He has that new, like, hand swivel, which is kind of hard to see. Mine's kind of stiff. Actually, I don't even think it moves at all on this one. Oh wait, it did. Did it? No, it didn't. Why do you gotta lie? It's totally there. You can totally see it move. It moves, like, to the motion of the hand, which is also an articulation. Move forward and back on the hand. It's very stiff on mine and very bulky too. That there's a lot of like edges that like kind of hinder it, but it can move nonetheless. So if you have a Tyreese figure that's less like edgy, then you can probably get it to stretch further, stretch arm, whatever. I don't fucking know. No waist articulation, which is weird because he looks like he could. At least that's what I thought he could do. I thought he could rotate the waist, but he can't. Let's get into the legs. Tyreese has the worst legs of any Walking Dead figure, and that's a fact. His legs, they move that far. This is like his normal stance. This is how far his legs go. That far. He has very weak leg articulation. At this point, Mcfarlane got scared, I think, and people were like, the leg articulation sucks! Okay, fine, we'll make like better leg articulation. And so, we got better leg articulation with the Daryl action figure. They're like, okay, let's try something, because we know people are gonna bitch about these legs. So let's give Daryl articulation, and, well, shit, people love it, so I guess we have to do it now. Fuck. Tyreese is the reason why we get better leg articulation now. Or Daryl. Whichever one you want to blame. I don't blame anyone. He was a good guy. Shut up, I don't care what you think. Watch the damn show, then you'll know why I'm crying. His knees can bend that far. He has good leg articulation. Knee articulation, at least. They're pretty good. Very realistic. And they can also turn to you, which is also awesome. His feet can rotate. Oh, that looks bad. I'm not gonna do that. Well, I mean, his feet can rotate, as you can see, but I don't like how that looks, so I'm just gonna, like, have him swivel at it. I want to point something out, too. His legs are so bad that you have to position it in a way that doesn't look so derpy. If I just keep doing this all the time, I'm likely gonna break it eventually. Which, by that point, I probably would have just bought another Tyreese figure. One that doesn't have the crooked legs. The crooked Carl legs, as I like to call them. Alright, so the arm articulation is actually pretty bad, because I can't even have Tyreese posed with, like, the shotgun on his shoulder, so that's a negative for me. That's no. Okay? I want Tyreese to look cool and have a shotgun on his shoulder. Oh! So close. Really, you can have him pose anything. Oh god, I can't get over the legs. I'm sorry. It's hard. That's why it's I love you, Tyreese. The detail, I think, looks astonishing on this figure. Like every figure in this series has actually had the best detail. The belt, his little grapple belt or whatever he has on here, kind of gives off this like illusion that he has a very Stampy-esque like torso, when really like in the TV show the belt part here actually overlaps his pants. Like his waist is actually like, looks like he has a diaper on. I know. Waist is somewhere like around here, I think. I would imagine so. Like the legs don't help at all to like hide the illusion, but like in the TV show the belt here is supposed to overlap his actual pants, and this is supposed to be like lower down to like his hips pretty much. So to like anyone it kind of looks like they molded the torso a little too short, but the real issue is the harness. The harness is actually molded on top of the pants instead of like over it. So he looks like he has like a tiny ass torso. Now for the overall score of the character. For articulation, which is the main issue with this figure, I still like the figure, but I don't like the articulation kind of on this figure. So I give the articulation a 5 out of 10. It's not great. The legs suck. The arms don't allow like proper shotgun like posing. If you get Tyreese and his hammer, which I think is like the main feature for this figure anyways, it's what you're gonna have him posed with as well, like all the time. You're not gonna have him like in a shotgun or with the silencer that much. So any poses with like the hammer will help justify this figure looking badass. For paint, it's pretty good. Everything, it seems as though like everything on the upper torso is good and everything on the lower torso is bad. The pants are fine, they're just, there's not a lot going on with them. They have a lot of wrinklage, but nothing stunning to look at. Around the edges right here, like they added a lot of detail around his shirt. There's a lot of wrinklage, a lot of like, even like dirt around his sleeves. The belt is like, gives him like a distinctive look, which is amazing. I really like the look of it. I like how it looks on Tyreese. It really suits him. And the boots are fine too. Actually, no, they kind of look drag. No, the boots suck. I would give the paint a 7.9 out of 10. It's almost an 8, but I also want to give it a 7 too. So 7.9 out of 10. Figure overall, including accessories, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I don't think that many people are gonna be happy with the legs or the arms articulation. I really like Tyreese as a character. Like, yes, he's different from the comics, but I still liked how he was portrayed in the show, especially like his big episode. He had like a really big episode, and that's where I really like grew attached to him as like a character, and I would want nothing more than to have him in my collection, a part of the gang, a part of the group, like he was meant to be. As biased as this sounds, I love the figure, even though it has like a lot of like corpse equivalents. That's not even a word, but I will forever keep this guy in my collection, and I may get a new one if the hot water trick doesn't work on his legs. Because I want one of my favorite characters on the show to have like a proper figure. And we are getting a new Tyreese figure coming out, which, if that's not a dead giveaway to why I'm upset, then you really need to get caught up with the show then. So yeah, love this figure. People may not have the same opinion, but I would say pick him up because he's well deserving to be in your collection, especially after his big hurrah, his memorable moments in the Walking Dead episode, one of his recent episodes. I'm not going to give away spoilers. I'm not going to give away which episode or what happens. Give it a watch yourself, and then maybe you too will also appreciate Tyreese, because out of all the characters in the show, the episode that he was in gave him more attention than I think any other character would have, with the things that he had to go through. So pick him up because he's an awesome character. That's why. This is Larry B. Prime, signing out.